Welcome to the Walk-Ons pregame show where tonight the Southside Mavericks are hosting the Rogers Mounties in their opening game of the 7A West Conference. This is homecoming here at Southside tonight. Southside comes into tonight's ball game 0-3. They had a week off last week, while Rogers comes in at 3-0. And Philip, I'll tell you what, you look at what was going on last week, it was one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah, and that troubles you so badly, and you think, oh, it's the end of the world, and what are we ever going to do? But we have to remember that, this is a part of the process. Tonight is the start of conference play. So really what happened prior to this is not that really detrimental to what's going on. And wouldn't it be nice tonight to put together a win?
It would be, and being homecoming would be a great start for the Mavs. And, folks, it being homecoming, let's go down to the field and let's meet our homecoming court.
Lydia is a member of the Southside Varsity Volleyball, National Junior Honor Society, and Miss Richards Spirit Corps. Lydia is being escorted by her mother, Anna Atkinson. And now, our sophomore. First up is sophomore mate, Abby Rutherford. She is the daughter of Monty and Michelle Butler. Abby is a member of Southside cheer, tennis, and red people. Additionally, she is an active member of Delta Beta Sigma. Abby is being escorted by her father, Monty Butler. Second sophomore mate is Mary Catherine Johnson. She is the daughter of Larry and Polly Johnson. Mary Catherine is a member of Southside Varsity Cheer and Sophomore Council. She also participates and is active in Delta Beta Sigma. Mary Catherine is being escorted by her father, Larry Johnson. Our final sophomore mate is Elizabeth Lowe. She is the daughter of Jamie and Brooke Lowe. Elizabeth is a member of Southside Varsity Cheer, Red Supra, and is active in Delta Beta Sigma. Elizabeth is being escorted by her father, Danny Lowe. And now, our junior mate. She is the daughter of David and Sheila Crowder. Alexa is active in Southside Maverick Band, where she is co-captain of the Maverick Squad. Alexa manages the Lady Maverick volleyball team and is active in National Honor Society as well as Delta Beta Sigma. She has been escorted tonight by her father, David Crowder. Next up, the junior maid, Leela Cohen-Toby. She is the daughter of Mark and Tabitha Cohen-Toby. Leela is a member of Southside Golf Team, National Honor Society, and is a majorette. She is also a volunteer at her church, Harvest Time. Leela is being escorted by her father, Mark Cohen-Toby. Our third junior maid is Isabel Simone. She is the daughter of Dr. Gerard and Eliza Simone. Isabel is a student representative of the District Superintendent Advisory Council, Vice President of Technology at SBLA, and a member of the District School Handbook Committee. Additionally, she is an active member of National Honor Society, Student Council, Junior Council, Future Medical Professionals Association, Family Honor Society, and Red Crescent. Isabel is being escorted by her father, Gerard Simone. And now, it is time for our senior maid, one of whom will be crowned the 2021 Southside Football Homecoming Queen at the end of tonight's ceremony. Our first senior maid is Abby Holyfield. She is the daughter of Michael and Shanna Holyfield. Abby is a member of Southside Varsity Soccer, Student Council Vice President, Assistant Editor of the Southern, and SBLA President. She also participates in Interact, National Honor Society, Partners Club, Red Shoe Club, Earth Club, Senior Council, and is active in Delta Beta Sigma. Abby is being escorted by her father, Michael Holyfield. Our next senior maid is Maddie McClellan. She is the daughter of Matthew and Margaret McClellan. Maddie is president of Habitat for Humanity, a member of Southside Varsity Cross Country, and the National Honor Society. She also participates in Earth Club, Asian Culture Club, Senior Council, and is active in Delta Beta Sigma. Maddie is being escorted by her father, Matthew McClellan. Our third senior maid is Bushra Rock. She is the daughter of Yasser Rock and Delilah Badali. Bushra is a member of National Honor Society, SBLA, Earth Club, and Mad Media. She is also Vice President of Senior Council. Bushra is being escorted by her mother, Delilah Badali. Our final senior maid is Kiara Snyder. She is the daughter of Jessica Snyder. Kiara is a member of Spanish Honor Society and Senior Council. She also participates in SBLA, DECA, Earth Club, and Partners Club. Kiara is being escorted tonight by her uncle, Elmer Ray. Before we cheer for our 2021 football homecoming game. And now, your 2021 Football Matters Homecoming Queen is Abby Holiday. Congratulations, Abby. Congratulations again to all of our 2021 football homecoming mates and the queen.
Well, congratulations to Abby Holycross and all the girls in the homecoming court. And just an exciting time, Philip. And one thing, too, I want to say about this, homecoming's a great thing. And what makes it even better to me is the weather. What a great night for football.
It's a beautiful night. I mean, very clear considering we had a lot of cloud cover earlier, but I'm looking down to the Podome Mountain Range to the extreme south of us. I can see Sugarloaf Mountain from here. We have a beautiful vantage point. We have nothing to complain about, Keith. And we need to see a good football game tonight.
Exactly. As you look at Southside, the first three ball games, we've had a lot of sophomore-itis. I go, as I said, one step forward, two steps back. Starting with the defense, they're giving up 30 points in the second half.
That's way too many, and this is a better defense than that. And one of the things I think that we're seeing is in that second half is we lack a little size on the D-line. So that's your starting point. We lack some experience at the linebacker position. Our secondary is in fairly good shape, but by the time somebody gets to the secondary, I mean, that's 10 yards at least down the field.
Another area they need to improve on, no turnovers this year.
No turnovers. And every coach will tell you, we win games when we keep the ball. And I know I've practiced with coaches and watched coaches, and when somebody fumbles in practice, you've got to jump on that right then. Not in the old days, you just got chewed out and maybe you had to run laps. We had a coach at one time that he wanted a fence cleaned out and you had to go get grass from the fence. But I'll tell you what, it is important, and it makes you a believer in one thing. Ball security is the key to every victory.
It is, and you look at this team, a lot of sophomores really stepped up here early. Devin Huggins has had a good season so far. John Parkinson, our player of the week, last ball game. Several of the sophomores. Evan Shelby had his first start last week. The sophomores stepping up, and then you throw in some of the juniors. Caden Kirkendall having a good year from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, and this is going to get even more intense tonight for those young men because we've now started 7A West football. And I know those other games were big. Greenwood was a big game. Russellville should have been a big game. You know what I'm saying. But I think it's so important tonight that you come out and you just got to rely on what we've been practicing, what we've been talking, and not hear the crowd, see the young ladies in their dresses, and think of all the excitement of just being here tonight and realize we're here to play a football game.
That's going to be the key. And you look, too, Philip, on the offensive side of the ball, we've got to get more consistent. We had a lot of things going on that side of the ball. 2 weeks ago we had too many turnovers. I think you kind of saw some of the sophomore-itis in the offensive line. You obviously had a big defensive player, Travion Traylor, all-state nose guard, really created havoc there. But the offensive line they're going to improve every week, going to be better. And by the end of the year, they should really be a cohesive group. But need to get it together early tonight to get it going.
I heard it described one time when you're trying to put the elements of a team together. We are young, so, I mean, this is our future team here as well. It's like sausage making. It may not be all that good in the beginning, but we're going to keep working at it, letting it cure out and come together. I got a good feeling tonight that some of the sausage is going to be ready to go.
And David Sorg really has had a pretty good year so far throwing the football. And just talking to some people, early, hopefully he can get it started, get a hot hand early. That's going to be a key tonight.
Yeah, and he does so well in the pocket, but I think one of the keys tonight is, does he have a clean pocket? Can he make those reads? You watch a good football team with a good offensive line, not to say ours is bad, but you watch one, and that quarterback, he doesn't have a lot on his uniform. Mm-hmm. He's not going down much. He's got the time to make the reads and make the offense happen.
We'll be back with more after this. You're watching the Walk-Ons pregame show. See you in a bit.
Comfortable isn't the first word most people think of when they think about a dentist visit, but Aesthetic Dental Institute is different. Dr. Hinshaw has been serving the community for over 25 years with expert dentistry. For cleanings and preventative care, IV and oral conscious sedation, cosmetic dentistry, bleaching, Invisalign, restorations, and even Botox, Aesthetic Dental Institute offers modern dentistry in a relaxed and calm environment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at salisaudentist.com.
A to Z Furniture in Alma is ready to meet your furniture needs. These trying times, with all the shortages going on, they're working hard to keep stock flowing and the warehouse filled. A to Z Furniture understands that you need your furniture in a timely manner, and they are striving to make that happen. Open 7 days a week for your convenience and offering financing and delivery. A to Z Furniture would love for you to stop in and shop today. A to Z Furniture on Highway 71 in Alma. Worth the drive to save more.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Get great offers from GM Financial and $1,750 cash allowance on Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance towards the purchase of eligible accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Ashley Air is proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. We've served the River Valley since 1958, the same year that the legendary Frank Boyles took over as the Razorback football coach. The Hogs have had some great coaches, but we've never had so many on campus all at once. Sam Pittman, Eric Musselman, Dave Van Horn, and Mike Neighbors, just to name a few. What an incredible team. We put together quite a team at Ashley Air, too, and we couldn't be more excited to partner with our state's flagship athletic program. Ooh, pig, suey!
Welcome back to Jim Rollins Stadium. Philip, as we look at tonight's opponent, the Rogers Mounties, this offensive team, you were telling me, how many points per game are they scoring?
176 over 3 games.
Oh, do the math on that.
I don't want to do the math on that. I'm hoping tonight we're going to lower their average quite a bit. Now, they played Siloam Springs, they played Harrison, they played Muskogee. I know Greenwood played Muskogee if we wanted to have a little comparison, and we know that Greenwood did very well against them. However, we do know they have some offensive weapons, and looking at their films, Keith, it would appear what they really feed off is the big play, the big pass, the big run, not so much just down in the trenches and controlling the clock, but really putting a lot of points on the board.
Their quarterback, Noah Goodhart, had 430 yards, all-purpose yards, 2 weeks ago and 5 TDs.
That's incredible numbers for any game. If it was pros even, you would be saying he's right up there, player of the week, even in the SEC with those kind of numbers. And yet we're going to have to figure out a way to stop that. I think one of the differences might be is I think Southside secondaries may be a little better than some of the secondaries they've faced. And if they can get out there and get after those wide receivers, which really the wide receivers preseason, a lot of people were talking, they felt like that was the strength of this Rogers High School football offense.
And if you want to have a good ball game, look at their running game. Their running back, Josh Shepard, this young man 2 weeks ago against Muskogee had 15 carries, 402 yards.
Those are incredible world-breaker numbers again. And when you look at him on film, I mean, he's a blur going by. Mm-hmm. He's got some speed to go with that ability to get in those holes and move on down the field.
The defensive side of the ball for Rogers will be just a little bit different. They give up the points. Talking to the Southside coaching staff, these young men are fast to the ball, so it's going to be a challenge for Southside on the offensive side of the ball too.
It really is, and I think, Keith, just looking at where the teams are at, even though Rogers has got those gaudy numbers they can shove at you, I think the teams are pretty evenly matched. It may come down to what we were talking about earlier, just who makes the least mistakes, who has the least penalties, who has the better kicking game.
In Southside, I was just watching Jackson DeLassus warm up. He was nailing 50-yard field goals, and they weren't even close. I mean, he was good 5-10 yards.
And isn't that a breath of fresh air compared to where we've been a few years? And no reflection on anybody, but our kicking game has suffered throughout the years.
Well, he's really stepped up. That's one young man I think has really stepped it up from year one to year two. And in fact, I was talking to the coaching staff, and I made the comment, I want to know who his coach was, and it's Brad West is actually his coach. And the comment he made was, what do you want to know? And I said, I just want to tell you what a great job this young man, or what you're doing with this young man. He has really improved.
Well, they were a little afraid, what are you going to say, I guess, is why they prefaced it that way. But, you know, Keith, I'm just sitting here wondering, and we're about to start here in just a few moments. But if you're the coach, what do you say here? What's your pregame speech? And I tell you, I practiced one on the way over here because I think it's appropriate. I got a plaque in my office, and it's about Abraham Lincoln. That plaque goes through a lot of different things. He failed in business several times. He was going to marry this young lady, the love of his life, not Mary Todd, who he wound up marrying. She passed away before he could marry her. He went through depression. He had all these terrible things that happened to him, ran for office over and over, and was not really a winner. I think he was elected one time to Congress. His last election, he said, this is it. I'm going to put it all on the table with a fledgling political party that nobody ever heard of called the Republicans. And he was president of the United States. And look at history today. So you're going to have a pregame speech. It's got to be something like that. Is we've been through this, but we are going to overcome.
What I was thinking of when you talk about that, the one thing is an attitude. I think you've got to have a certain attitude. And I go back to Corey Beck when he played for the Razorbacks. That young man was not the most talented player on the court, but he had an attitude. You have some players that like to win, but you have other players that hate to lose. And if you really think about that, there is a big difference. You really do a whole lot more and try to do different things not to lose a ball game.
Absolutely. And speaking of Corey Beck, he was actually put in the Razorback Hall of Fame at this last ball game on Saturday up at Fayetteville. And he didn't quite look the same. It's been a lot of years, and I know we're still trying to live off the mileage of the Nolan years, it seems, in Fayetteville. But, you know, I'm sure he could be an inspiration to a lot of young men tonight.
But it's coming back. Let's look at tonight's keys for the ball game. I've got 3 keys for tonight's ball game. First of all, I think the defense has to stop the run.
You have to, because you're going to have to force this team to pass. Now, they are very good in their passing game. But then when it comes to the pass, you got to watch that one they're going to try to go over the top and get that 60, 80-yard pass on you.
Secondly, I think we've got to control the football. In other words, control the football, keep it out of Rogers' hands.
That'd be best because we want to control that clock. You don't want to give a high-powered offensive team a whole lot of time to be on the field, and you're giving your defense a break.
Thirdly, I think this is a key. We talked about this earlier, Philip, giving up 30 points a game in the second half. We've got to have a good start to the second half.
Yeah, and that's been our problem. In fact, when you go back to the Greenwood game, for instance, if we'd come out and really played in that second half, we was just a score short when the final whistle blew.
Hey, we'll be back with tonight's kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Football on Maverick TV.
My experience with concurrent enrollment was amazing. I wouldn't change anything about it.
In high school, it can be difficult to transition to college.
What I've enjoyed most about concurrent enrollment is the scheduling.
My experience with concurrent enrollment was awesome.
I could better prepare myself for what was ahead.
My instructors at Carlisle were very flexible, available, and they helped me achieve success.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Just about ready to start the ball game here. Philip, again, Southside needs to get off to a big start, and it's going to be a key. They actually won the toss. They deferred to the second half.
Yeah, so Rogers is going to get the ball first, and we were talking about we need to have that great stop. Be nice to see a 3-and-out here. Let that offense take the field and just get this ball game going.
Southside comes out on the field now, and it's kind of cute. They've got all the little guys out there on the field.
Yeah, I didn't know we had any of that size, but they are ready to play. So
future Mavs.
Maybe a put-me-in-coach situation.
Both teams are back out on the field, and it's always exciting to start conference play. Being in the 7A West has always been a lot of fun. I know the last few years it seems like the power has shifted just a bit to the Central than what it is over the West, but I think the West will make a comeback here.
Well, I think absolutely. I mean, your bigger school systems, Springdale, Rogers is one of those bigger school systems. They've got a lot of talent that they put out on the field, and Southside's no exception to that, and we have a lot of future talent that I believe at some point this season we're going to see evidence of.
And that's going to be the key. You just got to be patient, and I know the coaching staff, it's hard to be patient at times, but I know that they will be. Again, I go back to the fact that you start 8 sophomores. Evan Shelby actually got a start last week and played really well for the Mavs. And it's just tough because you never know what you're going to get week to week.
No, it's a cohesion of everybody. You know, we don't need one fella having a good game and somebody else not. We need everybody having a good game, coming together on that same night. And, Keith, you know, as you've watched Southside Maverick football throughout the years, when this team is going, it's almost unstoppable.
And I believe it's going to get back. And I go back to the fact I really like this group of sophomores that we're putting out there, and we've got some good juniors, just a really good mix that I think is going to bring this team back. As Jackson Delasuce will kick off for the Mavs. And again, I just say this is a perfect night for football.
Oh, absolutely. Only thing might be better is just a little more chill in the air, but we'll take what we can get, especially this time of year.
And what's interesting, I believe they've got Noah Goodshield back deep to return the kickoff. That's very unusual when you put your quarterback back there. Goodshield is a converted wide receiver from last year and has really done a good job, obviously, having the big all-purpose yards. So here's the kickoff. It's going to be going to the end zone, will be a touchback.
Yeah, and, I mean, that's what you want to see from Delasuce. We've put them down now on the 20-yard line. They've got to go 80 yards. So as long as we can get that out of our kicker every time consistently, and he has been pretty consistent this season.
And that's a weapon in itself, because how many times you see a game turned, you're playing well, you get a touchdown, you kick off, the other team gets a great return. If you could, that's the goal of every special team, is inside the 20-yard line or at the 20. As Rogers will come out, they'll go with a spread formation. Again, your quarterback, Noah Goodshield. They'll have in the backfield Joshua Shepard. Here's a handoff to Shepard. He is going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage on a good play by the Southside defense. I believe that was Zach Medlin getting up the bottom of the pile for the Mavs to bring up second down, 2nd and 10.
Great stop by Medlin. If you look at Rogers' offensive set, it's very similar to what you see many times from the Southside set, kind of a pro set, a one-back set.
Here's a quick pass out, going to be complete, and he's going to fall out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. That is the running back, Josh Shepard, on the catch. It's kind of unusual, too, Philip. We didn't see Rogers last year because of the COVID. That game was not played. But it's unusual to see a Rogers team not running the wishbone.
It really is, and that was just a wheel route there, the back coming out of the backfield, which means that's linebacker responsibility, and it normally is open, so good play call for Rogers.
Rogers, different formation, goes trip set to the left of the quarterback. Here's a handoff to Shepard, has a big hole. Is at the 45, midfield 45-40. It's going to be a foot race, and he's going to be tackled from behind on a nice defensive play. That is A.J. Williams hustling down the field to make the play.
I'll tell you what, if we found out who the fastest kid on the field is tonight, I think we found him there, because he really chased him down from about 10 yards back.
And as you talked about in the pregame, that has been the MO for this Rogers team, is the big play, and obviously that being a big play, that was –
good job by the Rogers offensive line. They really opened a hole, and I don't think anybody laid a hand on him until Williams caught up.
The 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Again, Shepard in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. It's going to be hit and dropped on a nice defensive play. Making the play for the Southside defense is Caden Kirkendall.
Yeah, and good thing he stepped in that hole, because they had a little counter movement going on there, and it was going to be open into the end zone. Wouldn't it be great to hold him here, Keith?
Be a good momentum switch after the nice run that Shepard had. Again, second down, second and goal from the 5-yard line. One back in the backfield, a two tight end set. Here's a snap. It's going to be a keeper by Goodshield. He's going to get in the end zone, touchdown.
Well, it's very difficult when you get your back up against the wall like that. And the difference was, Keith, that one big play. And, they were doing things here on the other end of the field, but that one big play put them in such a prime position to score.
Coming in to attempt the extra point will be Kel Slayball. Sure, he has a tired leg with all those points they've scored. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10:18 to go in the first quarter. Southside trails 7-zip. Be back with the Rogers Mounties kickoff after this. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
Crabtree RV Center, leading the River Valley in sales and service for over 70 years. Founded in 1950, Crabtree RV Center has grown into one of the largest family-owned and operated RV dealerships in Northwest Arkansas. Located on 17 acres, including a 26,000 square foot indoor showroom. Crabtree RV Center has everything you need, all in one convenient location. Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas, making your family's dreams come true.
Welcome back. That was a 5-play, 80-yard drive for the Rogers Mounties in an opening possession. The key play of the drive, obviously, was a 67-yard run by Josh Shepard, culminating with a 5-yard touchdown run by Noah Goodshield as Rogers will kick off to the Mavs.
You know, Keith, you never want to miss a Southside game if you're a fan, so just subscribe to Maverick TV YouTube channel. It's free, and you'll get a notification each time the Southside Mavericks go live.
Amir Dingle along with Luke White will be back deep for the Mavs as Kel Slayball kicks off. Here's the kick, going to be a deep kick that's going to come down into the end zone, will be a touchback.
Yeah, I think White was hoping that was just a little bit shy and he could just take off with it. And, you know, with the ball in his hands, anything can happen.
A quick touchdown by Rogers really puts Southside's offense a little bit in more maybe a hurry-up mode to try to get some points here. They've got to match these guys early.
You got to. I mean, that's pretty much the game you're going to have to play with Rogers. But at the same time, you can't rush to the point where you're not playing your game.
Samari Tucker will be the running back for the Mavs. David Sorg, your quarterback. Rogers goes 3-3 defense. Here's a handoff to Tucker. Not much there. Is going to be hit and dropped after maybe about a yard gain on the play. Not much to go there, and it'll bring up second down, second and about 9 for the Mavs.
Same counter play, but the counter wasn't there, and he tried to cut it back up inside, and that's where he ran into all the traffic. But he still kept his head up. He kept his shoulders square, so he's going to come around and really be something one day.
Jacob Jenkins made the defensive play for the Mounties. Again, second down, second, 9. And here's a snap. We've got a whistle on the play.
I'm afraid there was some movement, Keith.
Ball start on the Mavs. We'll bring it back to the 16-yard line, and that was something that has to be cleared up on both sides of the ball for the Mavs is the penalties.
Yeah, they're killers because now it's 1st and 15, and you had a 1st and 10 to start. Where actually 2nd and 15. Yeah. I'm sorry, Keith.
Sorg takes a snap. He wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Throws the ball. It's going to be complete. That's to Desmond Lopez Fulbright. Will get across the 20 up to about the 23-yard line.
That may be the plan tonight, is to use those wideouts and their speed against perhaps this little bit slower Rogers defense.
Ivory Verser makes a play for the Rogers defense. It'll be a big third down for the Mavs. Third down, 3rd and 6. Philip, what Rogers is doing, they're doing a little bit of jumping on the line of scrimmage, trying to get the Southside offensive line to react, and it worked one time. Here's a pass out, going to be incomplete. Had his receiver, that was Kent Carlisle, who turned in, but the ball was a bit outside, brings up a punting situation for the Mavs.
Yeah, and I think what Rogers is trying to do is, like you said, Keith, they like to move there. They run a 34 defense, and so those 3 down linemen, they're trying to make you pretend they're going to do something, come forward. And, of course, anybody's normal reaction, and that's what you got to overcome by practice and patience, is don't move.
Southside will have a different kicker. I believe that's number 49, Alfredo Del Rio, will punt the ball away, the junior. Here's a kick. It's a low line drive kick that's going to hit at the 49-yard line and take a Rogers bounce, and now goes back across midfield, and that's where they'll down the ball.
Well, things didn't work out like we hoped, and we were almost even trying to predict, but, you know, it is what it is, so the defense has got to step up here.
And as you said, Southside really did a good job on first and second down. The first play of the ball game, you tackle Shepard for no gain, get a nice gain on second down, but then on third down they run off that right side. Just a great job of blocking by the Rogers offensive line. Big hole for Shepard, and it was a foot race. And, you know, give credit to, I like the effort that we saw from A.J. Williams, you know, tracking him down before he got across the goal line. Here's a quick slant pass going to be incomplete as the ball is intended for Eli Parsons. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10.
Looking at Rogers on film, that's what they like to do. They like kind of a Greenwood style to get that 10, 15-yard pass and then try to make yards after the catch. And most of their big pass plays that I've seen so far, that's how they've kind of been able to do them. They also like to drag the slot man over the middle and kind of hoping to catch the linebackers asleep.
And 10. Here's a snap. It's a handoff off the right side to Shepard. He tries to get outside and does get outside. Will get across the Southside 45-yard line down to the 42-yard line.
He had the afterburners going there because Southside pretty well had that defended. Your defensive end stepped up and created what should have been a bobble to let the rest of the pursuit catch up, but he definitely has some speed.
Shepard's got the speed, and he was chased out of bounds by Russell Key along with A.J. Williams. We'll bring up third down, 3rd and 2.
Big stop here is necessary.
But think this probably 4-down territory for Rogers. Here's a quick pass out, going to be complete. He's going to get the first down inside the 35 down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, there wasn't much to that. He just took a couple of steps, come back, got the ball, but he did have some blockers out in front of him, and that's where the defensive secondary really has to be talking to themselves and kind of like when you're getting picked in basketball, you've really got to communicate.
Yeah, that was Grayson Cash on the catch and Cole Elwanger on the tackle. Be 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Here's a rollout. No, he wants to throw the ball in the middle. Has a wide-open receiver for a touchdown.
It was definitely not what we wanted to see happen here, starting out with 8:16 left to go in this first quarter.
That was Cade Seldenbridge on the touchdown. 4-play, 50-yard drive. Well, what I'm seeing right now is just too easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't sugarcoat this as Slayball checks in for the extra point.
We have someone who's came on the field.
Ball is down, kick is up. And the kick is good. 8:16 to go here. Rogers now leads 14-zip. Be back with the Mountie kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Football on Maverick TV.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Southside now trails 14-zip. That was a 4-play, 50-yard drive. And, Phillip, it was just really too easy right there. As you had an open receiver that he just kind of slid behind the defense. I'm not sure whose responsibility it was, but Noah Goodshield finds his senior receiver, Cade Seldenridge, for an easy 26-yard touchdown.
Well, you can tell, though, looking at Rogers, they're very good at executing this offense, and everybody knows what's going on. Nobody panicked, even though the quarterback, of course, got a little bit of pressure, but he didn't let that bother him one bit when he looked up and you're wide open.
And we just saw an all sequence. I know we're not supposed to talk about this, but we saw a young man running down the field. I'm not real sure what the purpose of was that, but
well, he seemed to be a Southside fan, so we'll
overzealous.
Yeah, maybe a bit overzealous, but we'll be in favor of him for right now until we're told differently.
Anyway, it's not the kind of start you want. We're barely 4 minutes into the ball game. Rogers has 2 touchdowns, starting with an 80-yard drive. Had a big play from the running back. And then you had the big pass play right there. And, you know, you can sell out for one, but you can't do both. And so far, Rogers has got all the answers.
Well, if I'm doing the math, Keith, they've got 130 yards of total offense, right? No matter how we slice it, they started at the 20 and they started at the 50. So.
Again, and Kel Slayball will kick off for the Mounties. Back deep will be Amir Dingle along with Luke Wyatt. And the frustrating thing, too, is on that last series for Southside, you go 3 and out. You get the penalty, but even with that, Carlisle was open on the play. The ball was just underthrown.
This is not going to be returnable. Well, we've got an 80-yard drive in front of us, and let's see if our offense can put something together on this drive. They're capable of it, Keith, but we got to use our weapons. We got to use Fulbright. We've got to use Lloyd. We've got to use our tall receivers on the outside.
No Lloyd tonight.
No Lloyd. I'm sorry.
Actually, I'm trying to see who that is that took his place tonight. I believe that's Blake Mitchell, a junior wide receiver who will split out to the wide side of the field. Here's a snap, a quick pass over the middle, complete to Luke Wyatt. He gets across the 25, will have a Southside first down, and it's good to see Mr. Wyatt getting involved early here as Jacob Jenkins makes the play for the Mountie defense.
That's exactly what we need, Keith. That's the mixture. We got to get our playmakers and ball in their hands.
Here's a quick handoff to Amari Tucker. He gets inside. We'll get a nice gain across the 35-yard line up to the 37-yard line, where he'll have about a 7-yard gain, brings up second down, 2nd and 3.
Completed passes are always going to make those linebackers stay back from those holes, and that was evidence on that play.
Brady Porter made the play for the Rogers defense. Here's a quick handoff again to Tucker, and he's going to be hit, and they're able to read the play this time for maybe a half a yard gain, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
This is a big, big play here, Keith. I know we only need 1 yard, but we've got to keep this drive going or this game's going to get out of hand.
Be 3rd down and 1 for the Mavs. You've got to ask your question this, too, with the way Rogers is moving the football. 3rd down, 3rd and 1. If they don't get it, but they will get it here. A nice push by the offensive line. We'll get about a 5-yard gain, be 1st and 10 Mavs at the 43-yard line.
Hey, we're not going to be negative Nancy's here. We said we needed a yard, and he got, what, 3?
Well, I was already talking 4-down territory.
Yeah, yeah.
Early in the ball game.
That's a yard we have to get.
But Southside is going to have to match, and you can do that if you really think about it. Southside will get the second half kickoff. If you can start scoring points here, get back in this ball game. Here's a handoff to Tucker off the right side. He's going to be hit and dropped after maybe about a yard gain on the play.
I think we had a missed block on that because that defensive lineman was in the backfield, and that really disrupted what we were trying to do. So we've got to stay with our blocks and make sure we keep them. And they are moving around a lot, and they're trying to shift gaps on us.
Here's a quick pass out, going to be dropped by Kent Carlisle about the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that's one we've got to catch if we're going to get back in this ball game, and now it's 3rd and long.
That's the consistent plays that I talk about. We'll see drops in the ball game. We'll see inopportune penalties. The little things that we don't do, this team can't afford to make mistakes. The margin of error for mistakes is very thin.
Yeah, we don't have a luxury here.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Mavs. Here's a pass. It's going to be overthrown. He had an open receiver that was Luke Wyatt. The ball goes incomplete. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 9 for the Mavs.
I think Sorg felt like he needed to get that ball out fairly quickly, and I think he was probably correct because they actually were bringing a linebacker on a blitz, and it was creating a lot of heat right in front of him.
Looks like Southside going to go for it here.
Rogers going to take a timeout.
Yeah, Rogers going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
Give your grooming game a TKO at Knockouts Haircuts for Men. Get pampered like the champ you are in this ultra-relaxed environment. We have the 5-star treatment for the everyman budget. No matter if you're a lightweight or a heavyweight, you won't get this undefeated care at any budget walk-in salon or barbershop. This one-of-a-kind care is in a class by itself. What are you waiting for? Look like the greatest at Knockouts Haircuts for Men in Fort Smith.
Welcome back. Southside's had a change of heart. They're going to go ahead and punt the ball away as they will check in Alfredo Del Rio to punt the ball away for the Mavs. And that just kind of tells you where this ball game's going. If they were actually considering to go for it deep in their own, well, actually close to midfield, but still on their side, that would have been a tough play to get. Here's the kick. It's a low-line drive kick that's going to bounce at the 30-yard line and going to be down to the 31-yard line. That's where Rogers will start their third possession of the night. They've scored 2 touchdowns on their first 2 possessions.
Still 6:08 to go in the first quarter, Keith. A lot of time left in this ball game, and going to have to see some stops here from the Southside defense.
Big series here for the Southside defense. Goodshield takes a snap, hands it off to Shepard. There's a big hole. He's going to cross the 45 up to the almost, well, he will have a first down as Devin Huggins makes the play for the Southside defense. Well, they'll spot him just a yard short, but that might have been a touchdown-saving tackle.
Absolutely was, and Rogers' offensive line is huge compared to our defensive line, and they are really having a field day with our guys.
Yeah, I was looking at big old number 75, Chris Goldamez. He's 6'3", 307. Bigger than I thought he was, and he looked big. Here's a handoff off the left side to Shepard. They will get him about the 45-yard line. That is Caden Kirkendall making the play for the Southside defense. Be 1st and 10 for the Mounties.
They pulled just about everybody over there trying to make that happen, so I am proud. I know they got a first down, but our defense did have that covered.
Southside looking for answers here early. And, again, I think it's been the big play that has worked for Rogers. And as you talked about in the pregame, Philip, that's kind of their M.O. is to hit the big play. And so far, they haven't disappointed if you're a Rogers Mountie fan. Here's a keeper. He crosses midfield. Will get to the 45, down to the 40-yard line where he's going to be knocked out of bounds. That is, I believe that's Blake Mitchell making the play for the Southside defense. And, you know, as fast as Shepard is, Goodshield's not far behind.
Not far behind, and Keith, on that play, that was a dedicated quarterback draw because he actually had blockers out in front of him. That wasn't something he just invented on the fly. That was a called play. They execute them very well when they're called.
Be 1st and 10, the Southside 40-yard line. Goodshield calls the signals, throws an inside pass going to be complete to his receiver, makes the first man miss, will get down to about the 32-yard line. That is Noah Goodshield on the catch, making the play for the Southside defense again is Blake Mitchell.
He made the catch, but he didn't get a lot of yards after the catch, so that was a good play by the Southside defense.
The good and the bad, but the problem was it was 8 yards down the field.
Right.
Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 2. I want to make a correction. I had Blake Mitchell playing offense. That was actually Xander Connor is the 4th wide receiver for the Mavs tonight. Here's the quick pass out, going to be complete. Cuts it back inside. He's going to get inside the 30-yard line down to the 26-yard line. Again, that is Cade Seldenridge.
That play was designed to come back inside, never to be going outside because he had blockers in front of him there. And well-designed play, well executed by the Rogers offense.
Be 1st and 10, the Southside 26-yard line. Again, they'll go with one back in the backfield. That's Shepard. Goodchild takes a snap, hands it off to Shepard, has a nice hole across the 20 down to about the 23-yard line where Zach Medlin was there to make the play for the Southside defense along with Isaac Gregory.
Yeah, no, that takes a toll on the defense, especially when they get into this game here and all the pounding you're going to take, and we already have a very young defensive line and smaller compared to the Rogers offensive line.
Here's a mix-up. Quarterback keeps it, and he's going to get down to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was planning on doing there, but it wasn't successful, and still a successful play for them, and they gained yards. But that wasn't the planned quarterback draw like we saw earlier.
Cole Elwanger makes the play for the MAV defense. Third down, third and about 3 at the Southside 20-yard line. Goodchild takes a snap. It's a quick pass out, going to be complete. He's going to be hit. Not a good defensive play over there making the play.
Wow.
That is Isaac Gregory along with Zach Medlin making the play. No gain on the play, brings up fourth down. Big play here for Southside. Looks like they're going to try a field goal.
Absolutely. What a stand. They came from their own 30, right, roughly, so they made it down to 20, but good stand by the Southside defense.
And a very nice defensive play. Get that ball out in space, give him a chance to run. He wasn't able to. A good job by Isaac Gregory making the play. Slay ball will attempt the field goal. It'll be a 36-yarder. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 1:43 to go here. Southside now trails 17-zip. Be back with the Rogers kickoff after this. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. It's 17-zip. Rogers leads. They'll be kicking back off to Southside as Cade Slayball will do the kicking after kicking a 36-yard field goal. Phillip, running games. We talked about the running games. Northside, the 2 big backs. Greenwood, the 3 backs. Russellville had 3 running backs. You've got 1 running back here, and I think he's better than that whole group.
I'd have to agree, Keith. And, of course, we haven't seen everybody play this year across the state, but he's got to be in the top 10.
We'll see a good one next week in Fickle from Bentonville. Here's the kick going to go in the end zone again. Will be a touchback. And Rogers not only has a good offense, they've got a very good kicker.
Absolutely. I don't think there's been one returned yet tonight. Keith, I don't know if you knew this or not, but you can catch tonight's game replay every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Cox Your View, Channel 22.
Big series for the Mavs. They were able to move the ball a bit. They had a 7-play drive, got it up to the 36-yard line. Got to get some points.
Absolutely, and you always hate to say this is do or die, but it certainly is pertinent that we score.
Here's a pass out going to be complete. That is Carlisle on the catch. Will get to the 25-yard line, be a gain of 5 on the play. That little linebacker for Rogers has made some nice plays tonight. Jacob Jenkins.
He really has, and, you know, good to see Carlisle actually make that catch out there in space and had a chance to do something with it, but they defended it well.
Again, second down. Tucker gets the handoff. Will fight forward. Will be close to the first down. Going to be look like maybe just a tad short. Will bring up third down, 3rd and 1. Again, there's Jenkins on the play for the Mounties.
Hard to find any rhythm, Keith, when you're doing 3 and outs over and over, and really like to see some rhythm come back to what we're trying to do, and 3rd and short helps.
Here's a handoff to Tucker. Going to have the first down as he crosses the 30-yard line up to the 31-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs.
Those other plays are going to come if you can just establish those small plays that, hey, if we want 3 yards, we can get 3 yards. We want 2 yards. Starts to loosen up that Rogers defense.
But I like the run, too. If you can run the ball, control the clock a bit, give your defense off the field, and kind of get back in this game. Here's a pass out going to be complete. That is to Fulbright at the 35-yard line. Going to be pulled down at the 36-yard line.
Keith, that wasn't the most yards ever on a pass play here at Jim Roland Stadium, but wouldn't you say that was one of the most beautiful balls you've ever seen thrown?
Nice throw and a good play, too, by Dane Williams to make the
right
play.
on the money.
Brings up second down, 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff to Tucker. He's going to cut outside, going to have a first down across the 45-yard line. Made a good run. Again, there's Jenkins making the play for the Rogers defense. A good job by that offensive line.
Absolutely. They're feeling it now. Get that rhythm going and keep Rogers on their heels, because I'm not sure how used to playing this style they are.
That was big OK Nally leading the charge on the offensive line. Here's a handoff again to Tucker, going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. May get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much there. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like Rogers there. They really felt like that's what the play call was. As you notice, they went ahead and stepped across. Well, we're at the end of the first quarter, Keith.
At the end of the first quarter, Southside trails 17-zip. We start the second quarter after this. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to Jim Roland Stadium. As we start the second quarter, it'll be second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs at their own 45-yard line. Going to have to get something going here to get back in this ball game. Phillip again down 17-zip. Doing a good job of controlling the football at the moment, but they've got to end with points.
Got to end with points here and kind of stop the bleeding a little bit, and I'm sure that's what the coaching staff right now, as they're huddled up, is stressing to them. You see Coach Keys, the offensive coordinator, he was really letting them know, here's the plan, here's what we need to be able to do, and hopefully 6 points is at the end of it.
Mavs doing a pretty good job on this drive of being able to run the football with Amari Tucker. Again, this is second down, 2nd and 10, and the first 2 first downs they had on this drive, they gained 5 or 6 yards, so it was good there. Here's a pass out to Tucker, going to be hit, dropped for about a 2-yard loss. They read that all the way, not much there, and good defensive play by Marion Slater for a 2-yard loss.
But, hey, wasn't it good to see our offensive linemen to get out there and kind of get that screen game going, and those things will come. They won't read it every time, and you'll make those blocks, and next thing you know, you're 10, 15 yards down the field.
Again, third down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavs. Sork has time to throw the ball. Will throw the ball. Oh, luckily for Southside, it could have been intercepted as the play was read by Damon Volk.
Took a little too long to get the ball there where it needed to go. That was a long pass, about a 50-yard pass across the field.
Volk gets that. It's 24-zip.
They have had some interceptions for scores this year as well. Rogers has.
Again, Alfredo Del Rio will check in to punt the ball away for the Mavs. The high snap. Del Rio gets it. Here's his kick. And it goes out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot it. They're going to spot it way up at the 44-yard line. The thing I've noticed about Del Rio, and you're going to see this later in the ball game, is he hangs onto that football, and Southside was fortunate there in the fact it didn't get it blocked.
Yeah, he was the fella coming in from the side was awful close, and that can rattle a kicker too, you know.
Not sure where Gavin Grant is tonight. He's normal, the punter for Southside. In fact, he's not on the defensive side of the ball either tonight.
Let's hope everything's okay.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mounties. They'll start this drive on their own 43-yard line. Here's a handoff to Shepard off the left side. Is going to get into Southside territory. Still going forward. We'll have a first down on a nice run by Shepard as he gets down inside the Southside 45-yard line. As I watch Shepard run, what's really impressive about this young man is that quickness.
He gets to that hole and he gets through the hole, and the last part of that play, Keith, was just him churning those legs like pistons and keeping his knees high, just like your old high school football coach used to tell you, keep those knees up, and it's hard for somebody to bring you down.
Andrew Reeder, another sophomore from Southside, will check in at nose guard. No backs in the backfield for Rogers. Goodshield takes a snap, wants to throw the ball deep down the field, throws the ball, going to be incomplete. Really decent coverage over there by Huggins. Had him almost step for step. That was Cade Seldenridge on as the intended receiver, brings up second down, 2nd and 10.
I was impressed by the coverage. The only thing would have been is he had that inside position, but that required the quarterback to kind of adjust what he was doing because they were really tight there together.
Actually, I think that was A.J. Williams on the coverage.
I think it was number 11.
Number 11, yes, it was A.J. Williams on the coverage. And second down, 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Shepard, cuts it back inside. We'll get about 3 yards on the play. Good job by the Southside defense.
Well, Keith, so far it's been a pretty clean game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've only had one penalty, correct?
That's right.
And that's what was on us, but still only one penalty so far.
Cole Elwanger, along with Isaac Gregory, make the play for the Southside defense. We'll bring up 3rd down. This is a big 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I'm sure Rogers is confident they're in 4-down territory where they are, but still, you got to make 2 stops here perhaps, but let's make the stops.
No backs in the backfield. When you line up like this, you've got to watch out for Goodshield maybe doing a quarterback draw, and now we've got a whistle on the play.
Could be a timeout.
Yeah, it could be a timeout by Southside, and with that timeout, we'll take 1-2. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
The Rustic Cabin in Central Mall is your ultimate farmhouse chic furniture store. They carry the area's largest and most diverse collection of solid wood furniture and decor for your home, office, ranch, or cabin. Shop beds and bedroom sets and dining room tables, chairs, and benches for small and large gatherings. Explore their selection of solid wood desks and chairs, sure to perfectly accent any office. Before you shop anywhere else for furniture and home decor, shop the Rustic Cabin.
Welcome back. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Rogers Mounties at the Southside 43-yard line. Hey, G2 Media Group, LLC, holds all rights to this broadcast. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without written consent is prohibited.
There's 3 ways to watch, Keith. The Southside School app, Cox Cable Channel 22, or we like to think the best place right here on Maverick TV on YouTube channel. Just search Fort Smith Southside Maverick TV and subscribe for free. Get an alert every time that we go live.
Big play here for the Southside defense. Need to get off the field and get some type of momentum here. Goodshield rolls to his right, looks down the field, throws the ball, has an open receiver, going to be complete at the Southside 35-yard line. That is to Cade Seldenridge. Seldenridge was an all-state receiver last year, and that really seems to be his favorite target.
Looks like they're going to mark him just a little short, Keith. They may go ahead and give it to him, and they may measure.
Where they've got the ball at, it's going to be close. It's right.
Looking at the ball marker, it looks like they're about a half yard short, but since the ball's on the far side of the field, I think that's why they're doing the measurement.
And I cannot believe Dalton Person is not here to see this. That is one thing that really drives him is he said he didn't remember last year there being one
measurement.
One measurement.
Is that he's for it or he's against it?
Well, he didn't really say, and I think his father-in-law may be on the chain gang, so I'd say he's for it.
Maybe some kind of familial issue that we don't want to get into.
Kind of hard to tell from here. We'll see. It is a 1st down.
Yeah, and that is why you measure there, Keith, because eyesight across the field to where the down marker is just a little bit off, and good job by the referee staff. Even though it's to Dalton's chagrin, it did work, and that's what it's supposed to do. So, sad part is that the 1st down was for Rogers.
The 1st and 10 at the Southside 35-yard line. Rogers really being very productive here in the ball game. 4 possessions. This is actually their 4th possession of the ball game. They scored 17 points on the first 3.
Rogers may make some noise in the 7A West. I think most preseason people actually had them picked behind Southside, but they've really shown that they've got a cohesive unit.
They had a good team last year. That they got hit with the COVID, really kind of set them back. Here's a handoff to Shepard, has a big hole across the 25, gets away from a tackle, will take it to the house, touchdown.
I tell you what, good offensive lines make good running backs, and that is not to take anything away from Shepard. But when you can get 5 yards up the field and nobody's laid a hand on you, you're halfway home.
You know, I look at 75. We had talked about him, Galdamez, and I'm trying to remember who that tackle was that played for Rogers back when they played the state championship. Zimba. Okay, went to Auburn.
Lee Zimba. He actually played here one night. I witnessed it.
They played him in the state championship game that year, too. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:24 to go here. Rogers now leads 24-zip. Be back with a Mountie kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Football on Maverick TV.
Chad Sutton and Jared Copeland with Sagely and Edwards Realtors are your go-to agents in the Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley. When you're working with this team, you're working with the best. Whether it's for commercial property or you're a first-time home buyer, they're going to make sure your buying experience is an easy process. And if you're moving up, they want to make your experience better than your last. When you love what you do, it shows. Discover the Sagely and Edwards Realtors difference. Give Chad or Jared a call today or visit them online.
Welcome back to Jim Rollins Stadium. That was a 7-play, 57-yard drive, a 35-yard touchdown scamper by Josh Shepard. Rogers now leads Southside 24-zip.
Keith, you know, Walk-Ons is our game sponsor, and they do such a good job providing this crew what they need. But you're going to have to get past the waffle fries and explore that menu a little more. So next time we talk, I want to hear, hey, I tried the crawfish or something like that.
I will. My problem is I eat the waffle fries and then I'm full before dinner gets there.
You're one of those appetizer-only guys.
They're so good. I mean, the great combination. I know we're kind of getting off from the football game now, but what a great combination. I mean, you cannot beat pepperoni peppers, bacon, cheese, French fries. It's not anything better than that.
Unless you're on a low-carb diet.
Not my problem. Probably should be. Be first and 10 for the Mavs. They'll start with this drive on their 20-yard line. That's been interesting. Every drive Southside has started here in the ball game has been at their 20-yard line. As Sorg wants to throw the ball the ball's going to be complete.
Pretty play.
That is Xander Connor on the catch for the Mavs. Connor, the junior receiver.
We're going to go to the walk-on replay, Keith, and you know, just it's standard little out route. Good ball by Sorg. He throws those hands up. You got the completion. You got the yardage.
Connor's got the size, too, 6'4". Here's a handoff to Tucker in the backfield, and he's going to be driven back. Not anything there whatsoever as Landon Huddleston makes the play for the Rogers defense, brings up second down, 2nd and 14. I go back to the consistency. You get one good play, then you follow it up with a bad play. There's no consistency in this offense.
Some of, I think, what's tricking our offensive line is they're bringing a lot of people in a little bit of stunts. They're lining up at different zones and gaps.
Sorg throws the ball complete to Wyatt. He's going to get across the 30-yard line and will be brought down right at the 30-yard line by Isaac Chapman. Will be a gain of about 3 on the play. I like the play call and the fact that you're bringing him across the field. You're getting him full speed. If you can hit him in stride, you've got a chance. But really good play by Chapman.
Yeah, really good play by Wyatt there and catching that ball, securing it, making some movement. I know it wasn't what we want to see, but, hey, it's still a completed pass.
Here's a pass going to be almost intercepted. I'm not sure what happened on that play. It looked like Kent Carlisle didn't see the ball.
No, I think it was tipped. It went back up toward the offensive line area. I think one of the Rogers defenders had his hand on it, and that skewed the trajectory.
Southside staying on the field, but interesting call here. I don't know at this point down 24-zip that it matters one way or the other because Southside's defense has not had a stop tonight, so I can kind of see them going for it here. Sorg has all day to throw the ball. Throws the ball, going to be complete to Wyatt, but he's going to be short of the first down at the 40-yard line.
Really close, and that's where you want that pattern to be beyond the sticks. But Wyatt attracts a lot of attention wherever he goes, and he did the best he could to complete that play.
Well,
they're going to give it to him.
They're looking at it right now. Can it be 2 measurements in one game?
There it is.
He got a good spot, too. Looked like he might have been a little bit short of where he's at, but we'll take it.
Just looking at the sticks from across the field, Keith, it's going to be the nose of the football if he got it. I'm in favor of him getting it. Don't misunderstand me, but it's going to be real close.
Big play here in the ball game.
What a great catch, though.
I don't know where they're doing the change. It may not be.
Got a good shot from our crew here. That's what I was afraid of.
Ooh.
That means the ball turns over on downs. Yeah, just looking from up here, that's what I was afraid of. It's going to come down to where's the nose of that football.
You can question the coaching staff on making that decision to go for it. 4th down and 11. I mean, that's not, 4th and 1, you kind of see it, but 4th and 11. But I think their back is against the wall. I think it's a situation where you got to make something happen. Yeah. We haven't stopped Rogers all night, so if you punt the ball away, the punting, we've not got a lot of yardage out of our punts, so I think it was probably the right decision. Goodchill will run the quarterback draw, will be hit and dropped after maybe about a 2-yard gain. There's Caden
Southside defense
making the play.
Southside defense did a little better sniffing that one out as to what he's doing. And, especially when it's an empty backfield, that's what he really likes to pull that quarterback draw.
Especially on 1st down.
It's not a bad play call for them. They've been very successful with it tonight, but good job by the Southside defense.
That's what I think when I see them spread them out like that, and you've got a running quarterback that's capable of doing that. That is a very good call. Here's a handoff to Shepard off the left side, makes one man miss. Will be hit and dropped.
Great stand by the Southside defense because he's been very successful getting outside and using his speed.
Yeah, that was Isaac Gregory making the play for the Southside defense. That's 2 plays tonight that Gregory has made where they've held them to nothing. That was an open field play right there, and then we go back earlier, holding them to a field goal. Gregory makes the big defensive play. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 8. It's going to be a screen pass set up well, and he's going to get the 1st down, it looks like. That is Joel Gardner, the tight end.
Keith, I think he may be a little short. Just looking across the field, which is hard for us at those distances, looks like he's about a half a yard short. They're going to go for it. I mean, it's not an issue here.
Well, you've got a kicker in Slayball that probably could kick a field goal from there if they wanted to.
Probably let him go for the state record.
Here's a handoff to Shepard's got a big hole. He's inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line.
He's a great running back, Keith, but let's don't take anything away from that offensive line. They are really doing their job tonight.
Yeah, that was Zach Medlin making a play for Southside. When you're calling out your D-backs a lot more, that's never a good sign. That's a credit, to, as you say, to that offensive line. A different look here, a full house backfield. It'll be an end around. He's going to get away from the first guy, will be hit and dropped on a good defensive play. Again, Isaac Gregory makes the play for the Southside defense. Gregory, good ball game tonight for the Mavs.
Absolutely, and disruption is the name of the game when they want to stretch the field like that, especially with blockers in front. And Southside did a good job of stepping in there, making it very difficult for that just kind of an end-around play, making it difficult for him to be able to turn that corner.
If I'm running end around, it's going to be with Shepard.
Yeah, you have to put him at the end to make that happen, though.
Here's Shepard on the handoff. Is going to try to take it outside. It's forced back inside. Will get inside the 20, down to about the 19-yard line.
So that 2nd down play actually gives us a shot here on 3rd down, even though they're probably in 4th down territory. But as you said, they have a very fine kicker. They may want to kick, but field goals here are actually victories for this young Southside defense.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and even 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Goodshield rolls to his right. He's going to keep the ball and going to be hit and going to throw the ball. Should be a flag, but they're going to call him for a touchdown. That is going to be Cade Seldenridge on the touchdown. What a very strange play. You had him in the grasp, and he throws the ball. Give him credit for getting rid of the football. And, Southside pretty much looked like the defense kind of quit on the play after they thought they had him.
I think they were anticipating, like I was, there's a whistle's imminently coming, this play is over. But good job, but you got to play till the whistle blows.
Slay ball in for the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. Rogers now leads 31-zip. Be back with the Mountie kickoff after this. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
Floyd Trailer Honda has been serving the Fort Smith River Valley area since 1976. From the very beginning, Floyd believed people came first, and that's why his dealership has a long history of great customer service and reliability. So when you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Honda, visit Floyd Trailer Honda and receive the quality service you deserve.
Welcome back. That was a 6-play drive, 40 yards for the Rogers Mounties. It was a 19-yard touchdown pass from Noah Goodshield to Cade Seldenridge. Rogers now leads 31-zip. And that was too easy right there. But as we said, they had him in the grass. Look like they were getting down. But a good job by Goodshield to keep playing through it, gets the completion. I believe in the NFL they may have called that.
Yeah, they would have called that in the grass.
Here's going to be a return for White. He's at the 5, 10, 15, 20. At the 25, has a hole. He's at the 25. It's the 40. Midfield, 45, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Southside.
That is the danger of when Luke White can get his hands on a ball, Keith. We saw it all last year. Probably had the most kickoff return yards in the whole conference, and that was an example of he is really something special to watch.
And we'd been waiting for that to happen, and it did. And you're right. You could see his frustration on the touchbacks, not being able to run the football. What a great job. A good job of blocking off the left side. Once he got past that first initial line, he was gone.
Yeah.
De La Souza will attempt the extra point for the Mavs. Ball is down. Kick is up. Your kick is good. Southside now trails 31-7. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
Do good when you eat good. Level up your to-go order by donating to the Walk-On's Game On Foundation, supporting youth athletics and their communities. Game on.
Welcome back. A nice play by Luke White, a 98-yard kickoff return. Southside's on the board. And again, Phillip, down 31-7, 4:26 to go here. Southside can somehow get a hold of this impressive Rogers offense, get the ball back, score before the half. They'll get the ball, start the second half. Who knows?
The only sad part is here, Keith, what a great play by White, but we got to give him back the ball. But it is time for Southside. Southside's defense hasn't played horrible tonight. It's just a few little things. Kind of tighten that up and make this a ball game.
Jackson De La Souza will kick off for the Mavs. Back deep will be Eli Parsons, will be in the middle of the field. Here's the kick. It's going to go into the end zone. Could have been returned by Parsons. He wasn't sure if he's going to get it or the outside man, which was Seldenridge, was going to make the play. It goes in the end zone for the touchback.
That is a live ball, so they truly were saved by the touchback there with their indecision, because if that had just kind of floated around on the field, they'd have been in trouble.
Well, it goes back to your golf analogy, is when you've got your pitching wedge, you want that ball to hit and go back the other way. That would have been a very nice break for the Mavs if that would have happened. And you look up, you're 31-14, you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Well, just remember, even when you're watching the PGA, not all the shots are great, are they?
No, they're not. You talk about the PGA. The Ryder Cup is on this weekend. I don't know what it is, but I'm a USA guy. I will watch that whole thing. I love that.
Got the LPGA tournament going on up in northwest Arkansas this weekend.
The 1st and 10 for the Mounties at their own 20-yard line. Here's a snap handoff to Shepard. Is across the 25, has an open field across the 35-yard line. We'll get up to about the 37-yard line where Devin Huggins makes the play for the Southside defense.
What an impressive young man, Keith. I know the offensive line is doing their job. The holes are there, but, he never stops moving. It's just a continuous plane of movement, and I think that makes such a difference for him in that he's not getting trapped in, okay, this isn't here. He just keeps flowing with the game and finding those openings, and some running backs really have a nose for that, and I think he's one of them.
Here's the handoff to Huggins again. He's going to get maybe 2 yards on the play, not much there. This time as Caden Kirkendall makes the play for the Southside defense.
Good play. It was disruptive, and once you got him out of his rhythm there, and we was talking about that constant motion that he likes to get into, once he didn't have that opportunity, there just wasn't anywhere for him to go.
As you talked about earlier too, Philip, though, what makes a great running back is an offensive line. This offensive line really has done a great job of setting holes up for Shepard, and then Shepard going sideline to sideline just makes guys miss. Here's a quick slant pass going to be complete at the 45-yard line. Going to be dropped at the 46-yard line by Devin Huggins. That was Grayson Cash on the catch.
Part of that receiver being so open is you have to respect Shepard, and it causes you to look inside. And Goodshield did a good job there just getting that ball out quickly and letting it do something. Still short, but still it was a good job.
Your corners, Huggins and A.J. Williams, playing a solid ball game tonight.
They have to respect that run because how much does Shepard like to go to those corners?
Goodshield has all day to throw the ball. He'll tuck it now and run. Has a first down across midfield. Will run out of bounds at the Southside 41-yard line.
We talked about Shepard's speed, but I don't think your quarterback there for Rogers is much behind him. Might be a good foot race to watch, Just line them up and let them go.
I'm going to throw A.J. Williams in there, too.
He's the fastest. I'm trying to talk about the Rogers team right now. We already proved that, didn't we?
Well, he proved that when he chased Shepard down at the 5-yard line. Again, 1st and 10 for the Mounties at the Southside 42-yard line. Here's a handoff to Shepard. Is going to go forward for about, let's give him about 3 to 4 yards on the play. Brings him second down, 2nd and 6. Zach Badland makes the play for the Southside defense.
And I think what the Rogers offensive line is doing to our young defensive line is basically saying, Keith, welcome to the 7A West football. As we all know, it is a very tough conference. May not be as great as the East is from top to bottom, but there's 7A West doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody.
Well, you had one big game. I know that Fayetteville put a whipping on Conway the first game of the year. Here's a rollout. He's going to keep the ball at the 35. He's at the 30. 25 at the 20-yard line. Will run out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That was Noah Goodshield on the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, the way he plays the game there, it's with that kind of speed, it's kind of hard to expect one of our D linemen to be able to keep up with him when he hits that open spot.
Again, 1st and 10 at the Southside 18-yard line. Quick drive. This is only going to be the 7th play of the drive. They started this drive on their own 20-yard line. Here's a handoff again. That is Shepard at the 15, inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line, where, let's see, I believe that was Cole Elwanger making the play for the Southside defense.
It's hard to get a hold of somebody that doesn't want to stop, and, I mean, he just keeps that motion going, and it's just very difficult to deal with.
Well, as you watch the plays, he has an open field when he runs. There's no contact within the first 3 or 4 yards. He builds up that speed. Then it is very tough for anybody that tries to tackle him after that. We're down to 28 seconds here in the first half. Here's a quick pass over the middle, going to be a touchdown.
Wasn't much to that play. They just they got the inside position there on Washington, and that's awful hard for anybody to be able to defend. You'd have to actually be able to go through his body to be able to knock that down.
That was Jansen Gardner on the touchdown catch. Well, let's see. Maybe another kickoff return with 24 seconds for the Mavs.
Well, so far, we've been successful with those when they're not in the end zone.
Slay ball in for the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. And your kick is good. Rogers now leads 38-7. Back with a Mountie kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Football on Maverick TV.
At the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, we have recently gone through a tremendous transformation as an institution.
UAFS really instilled in me how to think critically in everything I do. You not only walk away with the skills, but the confidence to excel at whatever you're doing.
UAFS has completely changed and transformed my life for the better.
Amazing people have chosen this place so that we can make a meaningful difference in our community.
Another long drive for the Rogers Mounties. That was 7 plays, 80 yards, a 7-yard touchdown pass from Noah Goodshield to his tight end, Joel Garner. Now the score is 38-7. Southside, 24 seconds here. Get a good return. You probably go on the 2-man offense. Otherwise, I think you just probably take a knee, try to regroup.
We've seen it in times past, Keith. A lot of teams just get where they won't kick to Wyatt. They'll do low line drives, anything, trying to keep it out of his hands. I think they feel pretty confident their kicker can get it past the line.
But I'll bet you that Wyatt number 5 doesn't see the ball.
They don't like to. Nobody likes for him to see the ball except for us. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, going to be a pooch kick, and it will come down at the 28-yard line. That is Fulbright on the catch, and he's trying to find some positive yardage. We'll have it at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and one of the things on the pooch kick, especially because the defenders can get there on you so quickly, is I think sometimes happens so fast that kids forget you can make a fair catch.
Hey, catch tonight's game replay every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Cox Your View, Channel 22.
Have you watched it, Keith?
Bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces?
I know what happens.
Okay. Well, you're not a big TV guy, so I know that's not your thing to cruise through the cable channels, but I tell you what, this game tonight is certainly one that will be replayed, and you may say, well, I don't like the result of it.
Here's a handoff to Tucker. There's not anything there. He's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
Probably going to be the last play of the half, Keith.
Down to 4 seconds before the half. Southside hurries to the line of scrimmage. And not going to get a playoff as the half is going to end. And at the half, Southside trails 38-7. To be back with the Walk-Ons halftime show after this. You're watching Southside Football on Maverick TV.
It was the night before breakfast when suddenly Austin craved eggs and bacon and the toasted breakfast burritos he'd eat when he awakened. And the party was turning up, but Darren decided to wind down because sleep is a one-way ticket to toasted breakfast burrito town. So when Alex received that late-night text, she thought about breakfast, and she ghosted her ex. Toasted breakfast burritos are here. Go to bed, sleep well. The sooner you sleep, the sooner you'll get one. Only at Taco Bell. Bung.
Most dealerships in the River Valley may be short on inventory, but not at Orr Chevrolet in Fort Smith. Score more today and shop over 500 vehicles on their lot. Stop shopping at low inventory lots and shop Orr Chevrolet today to choose from over 500 new, used, and GM certified pre-owned vehicles. Larger inventory, more for your trade, and the best service teams around. Drive home in one of the over 500 new, used, and GM certified pre-owned vehicles today. Stop by 6500 Auto Park Drive or shop online 24/7 at OrChevyFS.com. And remember, you always get more with Orr.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Hey, let's go down to the field and let's listen to the Southside Marching Band.
Now let's get up and cheer as the Southside High School band plays the fight song, the Wabash Cannonball.
What a great job by the Southside band. Always enjoying watching those folks when they perform. Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 38-7. And Philip, you look at the first half tonight, and it was pretty much all Rogers.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to say, man, we've got these highlights, Keith, that we can go over from Southside, and except for the run back from Luke Wyatt, which was a highlight. We've seen some good catches. We've seen some good running plays, but maybe not putting those things together in the succession we need to see to make a sustained drive.
Exactly. Not really any consistency on the offensive side of the ball tonight. And you hope in the second half that Southside will get the ball and they can come out maybe and make some plays. And let's go down to the field again. The Southside cheerleaders will be performing here. for the Mavs.
Very tough, Keith. And I might mention the coach of the Southside cheerleaders was actually a student here when my son was here about 2010. Her name is Hannah Clifton, and she's done an excellent job with that group. On my way in tonight, Keith, as I was walking up here to the press area, I actually talked to our new Southside principal this year, formerly Coach Jeff Pruitt. He's been here at Southside on staff for a while and was named principal this year. And he said this has been a tough year, lots of challenges, especially, goes without saying, in the middle of a worldwide pandemic.
Now we've got the Southside Southern Bells going to perform here. Let's go back down to the field.
And now, for your halftime entertainment, the highly acclaimed Southside High School Southern Bells! It's tradition, it's their trademark, it's the High Band. The Bells will be performing to Wabash. And now, your Southside High School Southern Bells!
Southern Bells and all the Southside Spirit squads tonight did a great job. And again, we're at the half. Southside trails 38-7. Let's go ahead and take a break. You're watching Southside football on Maverick TV.
Bud Anderson is proud to be the official heating and cooling provider for the Arkansas Razorbacks. We've served Northwest Arkansas since 1987. The Hogs have had some great coaches, but we've never had so many on campus all at once. With Sam Pittman, Eric Musselman, Dave Van Horn, and Mike Neighbors, just to name a few. We put together quite a team at Bud Anderson also, and we couldn't be more excited to partner with our state's flagship athletic program. Woo Pig!
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Wanted to give a congratulations out to Abby Holycross, the Southside homecoming queen tonight. And as we look at the first half scoring summary, Philip, pretty much was filled up by the Rogers offense. First series of the game, they take the ball and they go 67 yards on 5 plays. 80 yards on 5 plays. The key play of the drive was a 67-yard run by the running back Josh Shepard, sets them up at the 5-yard line, and the quarterback Noah Goodshield finishes the drive with a 5-yard touchdown run.
I tell you what, it's just hard to handle the Mountaineers tonight, and they're playing well. Keith, I really see them making some noise in this 7A West. There's still some very excellent teams that are out there, of course, that we're going to have to face ourselves. But there are some things and some lessons being stamped on film tonight that we're going to have to figure out.
Southside on their opening possession goes 3 and out. Rogers takes over at midfield. This time it's a 4-play, 50-yard drive, a 36-yard touchdown pass from Noah Goodshield to Cade Seldenbridge, which is a big connection there in the first half. That seemed to be his favorite target. The play was wide open.
Absolutely, and Keith, at that point, I think I made a comment. They've already got 130 yards of total offense after 2 drives. In fact, tonight, I don't think they had a drive that didn't result in a score for them of some sort.
Southside goes 6 plays and out. Rogers takes the ball over at their own 31-yard line. They drive down in 8 plays, and they get a 36-yard field goal from Kay Slayball. And the big play of that for the Southside defense was Isaac Gregory on 3rd down, 3rd and 5, makes a stop of the receiver for about a 2-yard gain, forcing the field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said earlier, there have been some bright spots. We just got to put all those bright spots together, and now you've got a flood lamp or a lighthouse that's going on. It's going to come. I know this is, for some people tonight, Keith, this is hard to watch, but here's the thing. We are looking to the next day, the next game, the future. Not to say that Southside couldn't come back in this game, but you and I both know there's only limited time left in this second half.
Rogers takes over again at their 43-yard line. They go 7 plays, 57 yards, a 35-yard touchdown run, again by Josh Shepard.
They really haven't gotten away from their current behavior, and that is they really love the big play. But, Keith, the big plays aren't what you normally think of, some trick play, a big, long pass. It's just they're very good at executing what's in front of them.
Again, Southside goes 3 and out, and give credit to Rogers. One area we talk about a lot, their kicker, Kel Slayball. Southside started every drive with the exception of the kickoff return at their 20-yard line, so didn't have very good field position all night. It was interesting at this point, Southside down 24-zip. They've got 4th down, 4th and 11. They go for it. They gain 10 yards on the play, a pass from David Sorg to Luke Wyatt. They're a yard short of the first down. Rogers takes over. It's a 6-play, 40-yard drive, a 13-yard touchdown pass again to that combination, Noah Goodshield, Cade Seldenbridge.
Absolutely, Keith. And, talk about clean first halves for Rogers. I think the only penalty of the first half was on us. Am I correct in that?
Yes. And what was interesting about that play, too, Philip, was the fact that it looked like Southside had Goodshield in the grasp. They stopped the play. He kept continuing the play. His receiver got open, an easy pitch and catch once he made the throw.
I don't mind telling you, Keith, I gave up on the play. I thought, well, he's down, and, we'll get ready for the next one. But until the whistle blows, and that's a official judgment call on when the whistle needs to blow, the ball is in play.
And Southside down 31-zip at that point. They get the big highlight, probably the first half for the Mavs, obviously a 98-yard kickoff return by Luke Wyatt.
Yeah, and we've said it so many times, Keith. We said it a lot last year. I tell you what, when he gets the ball in his hands, anything can happen. He's such a talented athlete, runs hard, but let's give a little credit there to the kickoff return team. They actually made him some lanes, and I'm not sure anybody really laid a hand on him.
And Luke Wyatt, what I'd like to see him do offensively for him, too, they did it a little bit in the first half, but running him across the field, getting him full speed, getting him the ball in stride, letting him make some plays. I believe that's going to be the MO here in the second half for the Mavs. At the end of the first half, Rogers takes over again. 5 minutes left. They run the clock down. They go 7 plays, 80 yards, and it ends with a 7-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback, Noah Goodshield, to his tight end, Joel Garner.
Yeah, and he had good inside position there. There was just not much Southside could do with that play. And it's one of those things, Keith, that I think you're at this point now in this game where, when you're not playing your best, what do you need? And the answer is you need reps. So let's see how many reps we can get for our offense here. The defense has got plenty of reps so far, and they've taken it on the chin. So let's see how many reps we can get for our offense this half.
This is gut check time right here. This is where Southside needs to come up. They need to make something happen here. Not even necessarily trying to win the ball game down 38-7. I don't know what the chance is of coming back in the ball game. You never know, but you've got to make things happen here in the second half, and you're playing for pride now. You don't want to just lay down and let this game go into the mercy rule. So hopefully Southside here will come out and make some things happen. Here's the kickoff going to go in the end zone, and Southside will start their drive here in the second half at their 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think they shocked me a little bit there, Keith. I didn't think they'd try to kick it anywhere near Wyatt, and he caught it maybe, a yard into the end zone. So little risky play there for them with his recent history.
Well, faith in the kicker is what that's all about.
Yeah, I think he'll take it from the coaches, though, when they said, when you said you could get it past the line, we didn't mean a yard.
Hey, never miss a Southside game. Just subscribe to this Maverick TV YouTube channel. It's free, and you'll get a notification each time we go live. Here's a quick pass out complete to Connor at the 25-yard line. He makes a man miss. We'll get across the 30 up to about the 33-yard line.
Absolutely great play there, and that's exactly how we saw it. We're going to go to the walk-on replay, Keith. Watch this. What a beautiful ball from Sorg, just right on the money. Turn up that field. He did just that, just kept going. Beautiful play.
Xander Connor may earn himself some playing time here. The big receiver. Here's a snap. Maybe a quick pass can be complete to Wyatt, and he's going to be hit and hung on to. The ball was just a tad behind him on the play. I think if he leads him, they get a nice gain.
That's still what we want to see, and we said from the very beginning, you got to get the ball in your playmaker's hands. Wyatt's a playmaker. We're starting to see some of the other receivers step up. This is a good series for Southside.
Sorg throws over the middle, and he one-hops it to his receiver, Kent Carlisle. Carlisle been quiet tonight, no catches.
I think that might have actually been tipped, Keith. I know it's hard for us to see everything up here from our vantage point, but it just didn't look right once it got past the line of scrimmage.
Again, third down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavs. Here comes the heat. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to run the ball. It's going to cross the 35 up to about the 37-yard line.
Don't see that a lot from Sorg, but that was a good positive yardage play. You might say, well, it's still, it's 4th down now and what, about 4 yards to go, but we're in a position here. We need the reps.
Your kicking game has really not been there tonight, and now we're going to have a timeout. Looks like Rogers is going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. You're watching Southside Football on Maverick TV.
Comfortable isn't the first word most people think of when they think about a dentist visit, but Aesthetic Dental Institute is different. Dr. Henshaw has been serving the community for over 25 years with expert dentistry. For cleanings and preventative care, IV and oral conscious sedation, cosmetic dentistry, bleaching, Invisalign, restorations, and even Botox, Aesthetic Dental Institute offers modern dentistry in a relaxed and calm environment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at salisaudentist.com.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. 10:56 to go here in the third quarter. Southside will have 4th down, 4th and 4. Looks like they're going to go for it. And, Phillip, I know people are saying at home, 4th and 4, you're at your own 38-yard line, but at this point I think there's nothing to lose.
No, and this is down to, as you said earlier, this is gut check time. And, hey, put yourself in that position. You're going to be successful part of the time. If you do the numbers on 4th down conversions, they're actually higher than most people think they are.
He's not ready for the snap. It goes in the backfield, and it's going to be recovered by Rogers inside the 15-yard line.
That whole play had a weird feel to it. I don't think anybody was ready for it to start, and I think the center just started it. Not sure exactly what happened there, but Sorg certainly wasn't ready.
Sorg looked to his left, and then the ball went to his right. And
yeah, it just had a weird feel like it and that was such an important play. But, it is what it is, and we've got our back up against the goal line, and we've been talking about reps. We know the defense is taking plenty on the chin tonight, but we really want to see them step up here.
Be 1st and 10 for Rogers at the Southside 13-yard line. Again, Noah Goodshield, your quarterback. He'll have Josh Shepard in the backfield. Wants to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure. They're going to get him in the backfield, and he's going to go down. Should be a grounding play as the referee goes down.
Yeah, he went down hard, too. I hope he's all right. He's up. Yeah, Keith, that obviously was an intentional grounding. I don't know why there wasn't a flag.
Yeah.
There was no receiver in that area.
And the ball didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.